Well, that helps for sure. Okay. So we are starting standing so you guys can warm up. Jacket on. So while I'm getting rid of the first layer, because I know I'm going to heat up soon, we want to start just with your feet in parallel, about 4 inches apart. And then here, we're beginning with some ankle, knee, and hip folds. So you bend the knees forward, you lift your tail out behind you, so there's definitely flexion at your hip, at your knee, and at your ankles, and then you press the ground down to stand tall. So we're just going to bend. And be sure your alignment is good from your knees to the center of the foot, the third metatarsal, and push through your feet, lift. And again, going here. As you go down, the pelvic floor expands. That means the tail's moving back, the systems are reaching back and out. And then as you stand up, the pelvic floor narrows with hip extension and the tail sinks to the ground. Just do that again, see if you can feel that. It's subtle, but just by thinking of the tail rising, you allow a little bit more pelvic floor expansion and then narrowing out as you straighten. Just one more like that. It's just you clear the way of any obstructions for that natural movement of the pelvic bones to occur by imaging it ahead of time and during it. All right, so now we're going to start with your right arm. I'll start with my left, so we mirror. And we'll lift the right hand up. The palm is in. Look at it with your eyes and lift your gaze. And then you follow the hand with your eyes as you lower down. Now at the hip sideways, at your side, you'll have the knees bent. You rotate the palm out, and then the arm reaches behind you as you straighten. So the palm is out, you're looking at it, you bend the knees, sink, rotate the palm in as the arm lifts like so. Just do one more in slow motion so the movement seems familiar. Bending the knees, straightening them as the arm goes back, and doing a rotation in your spine from your tail up to the top of your neck. All right, and then just let the arm settle down, shake it out. Okay, ready? Because now we're going to do it at a bigger tempo. The other arm is just going to be free and floppy at your side. So we swing the arm up, down and back, down and forward, down and back. Swing it here. This is from the Franklin method. It helps release and relax tension in the area around your spine. It also gives you more freedom in the shoulder girdle. And it is important that you look at your hand while you're doing this to keep tension out of your neck. Notice how the other arm draws a little semicircle around your hips and upper thighs while you're here. So don't let your arm be steady and still. Be sure it swings with the reaction to the movement through your torso and your right arm. Hopefully you're starting to warm up already. With this, be really free and easy. The arm is light at the top, heavy at the bottom. Just like when you're a kid in a swing. The drop in the lift, the drop in the lift, one more. And then let the arm fall. And then just shake your shoulders, swing your hips, and stand for the difference in your right versus your left side. And it looks like, yep, you kind of feel that your right arm is lengthened compared to the left. You can check it by bringing both hands forward, center them, and usually the fingertips are a little further out on the right because you've taken tension out of the shoulder girdle there. All right, here we go for the other side. And you can catch up, you already are, good. So we swing your left arm up and then back. So the palm faces in when it's forward, it faces out when it's back. Your gaze continues to follow the arm, pushing the hand up with your eyes, and then sinking it low. Remember, we bounce as we do this, the knees going straight forward, and then straightening. Just think about the tail lifting and the spreading when you're low to the ground. The opposite arm is swinging around your body here. It's a little forward as the arm goes back, a little back around you as the arm goes forward. It traces sort of a semicircle around your upper thighs. You can just picture this arm as like a soft silk rope that used for very fancy window treatments. And maybe have a big exotic tassel at the end. So the weight of your hand helps fling the rope up higher and straighten it down lower. And you just do this at your own pace when you're not in the class, right? It's nice to do it to music as well. Especially useful when we're cold, like on a day like this. And then bring the arm down. All right. Should feel better, yeah. Now we add arm circles. So we start again on your right side. So the arm swings front and back, front, lift, circle, and around. Then it goes back, front, back, lift, circle, and around. Then front and back, front, lift, circle, and around, and back, and front, back, lift, circle, and around. Swing it front, back, front, lift, circle, and around, then back, and front, back, lift, circle, and around. One more time, front and back, front, lift, circle, and around. Here we go, back and front, back, lift, circle, and around, and then shake it out. And again, you should probably see and feel that your right arm, my left one, are longer, and the shoulder is dropped. We're releasing relaxation through your whole body. And a little bit warmer, bonus. Yep. So here we go on the other side. My collarbone feels restricted compared to the other side, right? Because that's part of the shoulder girdle. So here we go with the opposite arm, front, back, front, lift, circle, and around, and back, and front, back, lift, circle, and around. And watch your hand, back, front, lift, circle, and around, then back, and front, back, lift, circle, and around. Take it front, then back, front, lift, circle, and around, and back, and front, back, lift, circle, and around. Front, back, front, lift, circle, and around. Now back, and front, back, lift, circle, and around. All right. So the last bit, and I haven't done this in a while, so I'm not sure how this is going to turn out, but we're doing it anyway. So you take one arm forward, one arm back. So we are here, we swing it once, twice, 3, circle, and around. And 1, 2, 3, circle, and around. And 1, and 2, 3, lift, circle, and around. And 1, and 2, 3, lift, circle, and around. Swing it once, twice, 3, charm, swing around. And 1, 2, 3, lift, circle, and around. And 1, 2, 3, lift, circle, and around. And 1, 2, 3, lift, circle, and around. Yay! Good for us. So Eric Franklin, my teacher, often does exercises like this, where you have no idea what's coming, and most of the time you don't quite touch it, right? But it's also sort of a chance to see what happens to us, like emotionally and physically, when we're given a task that we are not perfect at, right? So people have, and I did it with my training with Eric Franklin. We're all standing in a big circle doing the series. Everybody's like, okay, so far this is like good. And we did the one arms, we did the one arm circles, and then we got the double circles in the opposite directions. And it was so interesting to see because some people just stopped. Some people slowed it down and tried to figure it out really slowly, which is actually how I eventually learned how to do it, more or less. And then other people were just laughing and swinging wildly, right? And so it's sort of one of those moments, teaching moments, where you go, oh, wow, like, is that how I react when I come into an obstacle? So I love that for how nice it makes my shoulders feel, how relaxed it makes my body, but also as a reminder to kind of go with the flow and like enjoy it, even if you're not doing it exactly the way you would like to. So in any case, we're going to move on with our Pilates class now that you guys are all warm. And we'll just start a little bit with the roller across under our glutes. We have to see if we can adjust this. I don't know. It's stable. I think I can move it. Okay, so we're going to lay down onto the ground and then put the roller across under our hips. Holding the roller at the ends, pull the knees into your chest, and then swing the knees over to the right, look away. Maybe it's easier than normal because we just did work with some rotation through the spine and especially through the cervical spine and neck. So you twist as far as you can while keeping the shoulder on the ground, on the opposite side of the body, and then roll across. Notice where you feel that pressure into your glute, into the SI joints, into the sacrum itself. And you're welcome to stay any place that you notice there's some holding pattern or just even a little bit of compression that you'd like to release. Because at that point, you can pause the movement and rock a little bit from side to side, just kind of massaging it out deeply. This is the tissue work. Your body tells you when and where you need it. And it's great if you can pay attention and actually do that when it asks. And then up and over to the other side. And you may or may not have spots that need to release, but it still feels good to do that little bit of rocking back and forth. Chances are, though, we all have at least one spot that needs help. Anyway, we'll come back to center and extend the legs up to the ceiling, soft point. And for your scissors, let's do this in order to stretch the hamstrings on the leg that goes back and across the front of the quad and the hip as the leg goes forward. Inhale to switch, soft toes. And switch again as you exhale. Legs tracking perfectly here. The leg reaches out in line with the hip socket so that it ends up where the feet are passing each other. They're about 4 inches apart. It's okay if the knees bend slightly. Just work for your stretch. It feels good for you. And then we'll bring both legs up. And now move into your bicycle. So one leg pulls in, the other leg reaches forward. And then you ride your bike here. But imagine it's not actually yours, it's someone who's a little taller than you are. So you have to reach out through the sole of the foot, to the center of the foot, for the pedal. And you're going to pull it tight before you reach it long again. Just breathe here. Ideally, inhale and exhale for every repetition. We're completing it here and then reversing. Remember to breathe. I know it's not as easy to figure out the movement when you're reversing. We're much more comfortable doing the forward movement on the bicycle than the backward movement of the legs. Try to take up as much space in the air as you can with the path of your feet. Right. And then we can bring the knees together, lower the feet down, lift your hips, maybe reset the roller. You want to rotate it to a fresh spot, turning it around its axis, maybe bring it up or down your body, whatever you need. And then the right leg goes forward, and then the right arm goes back. So just open up into the stretch here across the front of your body. From your right fingertips to your hip press to your right heel, and the toes fall forward. Take a deep breath in and exhale it out completely. And of course, if it's too much stretch, you have the option to pull the left leg in or just bend the right knee or a combination of both of those strategies. Okay, then the right side comes backwards, started, and on the roller, put back in with the knee bent. And then we slide the left leg forward, and the left arm is out and behind you. If you're still a little tight through the chest, the hand will go a little wider out to the side. Just be sure your shoulder joint feels comfortable. Sometimes when people have had a shoulder issue, they have to bend that elbow or even support the forearm and the hand on a higher surface to be really comfortable in this while they're still working through that range of motion restriction. But go where it works for your body and feel that stretch. Do another breath in and then out. And now let's take both legs forward, both arms forward. And again, if it's too much arch for you, double check where the roller is across your hips and or bend the knees. You can also go back and just do one side at a time again. Your body, your choice. You'll know what's right. And then we can bring the arms forward and bend the knees in. Press down with your feet and lift up. And we slide the roller out from under and push to the side. Okay then. So coming up to sitting. We're rolling back into hundreds. So sitting upright, heels down, toes can be up, hands behind your thighs, or extended forward, depending on where you feel your body is right now. And you can look down, rotate the pelvis, so the tail moves forward and up. We're curving the back down 1 inch at a time into the ground. You're going to pause at the tip of the blades, and then pull the legs in, arms down, arms forward, extend the legs up, and start pumping on the inhale. I'm going to take a full deep breath in. Imagine the lungs expanding to their fullest capacity. And exhale. Pull the navel down in as you exhale. That'll lift the diaphragm and help the lungs expel the air out into the room around you. So collarbones are wide here, so the shoulders are easy. And try to keep lifting up. Use the strength in your upper abdominals to curl forward. If you need a little help, you can always bring your hands to your thighs. Pull yourself up deeper into the curve and then try to maintain it. See where it feels different in your abs and focus on that. So when you're up in this hundreds position, when you're up in your upper abdominal curl, you want to think there's a line of muscle that goes from your jaw all the way to your tailbone, and that's pulling you, it's knitting together to pull you forward and up. And we'll do one more. It's like having a drawstring on and pulling it a little tighter. And then we can fold the knees and lay down. Hug the knees in first. Turn your head from side to side, release your neck. And then the knees go forward a little bit so that we can circle them away and then together. Here. And then you can reverse. I'm going to adjust the screen since I was headless in this last few moments. So from here, legs together, and from laying down onto your backs, we'll lift the arms straight up to the ceiling. So the collarbones broaden so the shoulder blades melt behind you underneath your body. Bring the arms back without lifting the waistline any higher, so there's still some control from the abdominal wall, knitting that front line together. We'll bring the arms up, shoulders sink, start to lift your head, neck, and shoulders. Exhale before you pull the ribcage up, suck the waist back, and then dive forward over your legs. This is your roll up, whatever variation you want to use. Options, you could take the third edge around your feet. You can start with your hands low at your side and lower to the body as you work for more support in the movement. Makes it a little easier. The arms higher makes it more difficult. We want to challenge ourselves, but not overwhelm the body. Right, so you have to access muscles that shouldn't be used in the movement. Usually we will see that when someone has their arms too high, the body jerks to one side, to the stronger side, to pull you up. So if you can keep your spine centered, that's a good indication that you're working appropriately to the right and left side of your body. So your body, your spine right on the midline of your mat. And reach back again, we're lifting arms here, blowing the head up, exhale, pull forward, go up to the top of your head as you reach the apex of the arc, and then you dive forward and low. a deep bow, and then we're coming back. Curve your spine slowly with control into the mat. When you get to the base of the ribs, you flatten the tail. And as you go all the way down, you'll feel the natural lordotic curve of your mid-back reappear. Let's circle the arms around, and we're using the bare band next for our leg circles. Center the band on the right foot. And we'll lift the leg high, anchoring the elbows down by the waist. Reach out long to the left leg and keep it centered in front of its toes, like socket. So bring the leg up, feel that hamstring stretch. It can be bent as necessary, but try to have the foot reaching straight up over the pelvic girdle here. Breathe, inhale to point, exhale to flex. Slide your elbows towards your hips to be sure that the neck is long, the shoulders are more relaxed in relationship to the rest of your body. And we'll end with a point. And we circle. Inhale across the body, reach it long, exhale go low, out to the side, exhaling, rotating the leg on the socket, lift it up. So the right hip is heavy as you push the leg to the left. The left hip is grounded and gets heavier and heavier as the leg reaches out to the right. It's a short inhale at the beginning of the circle and a longer exhale. We'd like to really feel the abdominal wall knit together, especially that transversus at the top of the movement at the end of the breath. Keep reaching further and further out into space, but find the opposition, you're finding stability by imagining sinking into the ground on the opposite side of the body from the legs movement. Press the left side into the ground as you reach the leg out to the right. Now we pause at the top and reverse. Inhale, left side sinks to the ground and the right side reaches out long. Take the foot long down by the other foot and then bring it up high to the ceiling and reach again. Start with the shortest possible inhale. Really enjoy that sweet inhale and then exhale all the way around. Empty the lungs of any toxins you've acquired in the course of your day. So bringing it along, around, and then up to the top. And let's go for one last one. Pivot from your elbows, attempting to keep the wrists as straight as possible. Keep the tension out of the carpal tunnel here. Now we'll take both ends of the band in your right hand. Elbow is grounded, left side is heavier, hand over the bone maybe, to ensure that that hip stays down. Really reaches out to the right in external rotation. And you do a gentle little rocking here of the leg on the hip joint. Good. Your arms are also pressing into the floor, helping you stabilize here through the whole torso. As we exhale, pull from the upper end thigh, lift the leg, and switch hands. At the top of the movement, the left hand now is in control of the strap. We extend the right arm out, turn your head to look at that open palm here without bringing the fingertips. And you can lift the hip, lift the waist, but keep the right shoulder blade grounded. Get as much rotation through your spine as you can realistically do. And then we pull the right leg a little closer to the left shoulder. And then rotate the leg internally to increase the stretch across the glute. And of course, you can bend the knee a little bit, especially if your hamstrings are tight. That's going to feel helpful. And you'll still get the stretch where you want it in the outer thigh and hip and into the glute and mid back. So exhale, unwind the body, pull from the left shoulder to your waist, to the right glute onto the mat. And then we can lift the leg up with hands to the strap here. Feel that stretch. You've increased your range, I'm sure. And now you can pull the knee into your chest. As long as the knee joint is allowing it, you hands on the shins, pull it tight. If you have any issues with your knee, hands to the thigh, and on the hamstring is a safer choice. Feel more comfortable for you. Anyway, so we can take the band off the foot and then slide that leg forward and long. Shake out both legs. It's really astonishing, right, to feel the difference in the two sides. I always appreciate it every time I do it, even though I know it's coming, it's still a bit of a surprise to my body. So here we go. And we'll pull the band around the left foot. point your foot. Bend your elbows forward, anchor your elbows, and then soft point your foot, and then we'll child and then your body. Really find the articulation through that foot as you move it. When the toes curl forward, they narrow when the toes pull back as you flex at the ankle. You'll feel the whole foot spread. And we end with the soft point, just a gentle reach across the top of the arch. And here we go with the circles. Inhale across the body, so the left leg moves to the right, and then you swing it down low, out to the left, the right side working into the ground. Feel that effort, maintain the pelvis level on the ground while you do this exercise. Right? So we're going to reach as far as we can into the support of the strap, but at the same time we're pulling back with the torso into the mat support. Creating opposition of the body, it gives you a little more stretch and also works your core much harder than just flopping the body around, following the leg. So you go out into space again. Notice as you circle the leg that the stretch works around the leg, accessing different muscles, both for stability and for stretch. We're going to continue here and when we come to the top, we'll pause. Lift it high. Again, think about a little bit of extra stretch in your hamstrings. And now let's reverse out to the side and external rotation. Forward and around. Drag it across and lift it up. Reach it as high as you can without strain. And press out again. But find that sweet spot where you're working maybe to, 95, 96% of your capacity for stretch. So you always have a little bit in reserve in case you miscalculate, because hey, we all do that, right? So on we go. Over and lift to the top. And let's do one more. Enjoy the rotation of the legs on the socket. And here at the top, we'll take the ends of the band in the left hand, extend the right arm out. And the left leg moves to the left. You may want to take your right hand to your right hip bone. You might even want to lift the leg and pull the right hip down further and then release the leg out. And then rock the leg a little bit, very small rocking here towards your shoulder and away. Watch that your left wrist doesn't get into too much extension. You sort of want to keep that as straight as you can. And then we'll lift the foot onto the ceiling here again. Switch hands at the top of the movement. Extend the left arm without over it. The left leg crosses to the right. So spiral hip and waist the base of the rib cage up off the ground. Like press the left shoulder blade into the mat, into the floor. Rotate the left leg internally, spinning from the thigh, not the foot. So the foot will rotate because of the rotation through your thigh bone, through your femur. So into the stretch, breathe into it, maybe find a little extra give that you didn't know you had. And then we'll pull the hip down, lifting the leg up, come over slowly. Give your body a chance to adapt. And then we pull the leg back up. Higher to the sky, bend the knees as necessary. Feel the stretch but not strain at the back of your knee. That's important for the health and longevity of our knees. And then here we can pull the knee in, embrace it in, the bend to the side. Hug it first to your chest. Then outside to the armpit on the left side. And then across the armpit on the right. Perhaps taking your thumb or your fingers and pressing them into the crease between leg and pelvic girdle here. And back to center, embrace it in. And then we'll stretch the leg forward. Take both of them out. Readjust if you feel like you need to come back to a more perfect alignment. Here on your mat. And take one breath in and then out. Just relax into that new sensation of how your body feels after the exercise. All right, we'll pull the right knee in. Pulls onto the back of the leg, extend the left leg up and rock forward and up before rolling with the ball. Lift your head, push the left foot forward, rock out to your balance point. easier with hands to your thighs. More advanced, hands to the shins. Pull the elbows wide and forward, suck the waist back through pelvic tuck and upper hip curl. See if you can feel equal weight on both sides of your sacrum, and then we roll. With the tail as you inhale, roll your shoulder blades. Exhale, come forward and up to your balance. So down your nose into the belly. Keep that curve through the neck. It'll prevent you from slamming your head back into the mat surface as you roll. It also will make it easier for you to roll because you keep your spine in that ball-like position. So we go back one more time. Come up, hold it, and then extend arms and legs like we're doing our teaser, which is what you are right now. Congratulations. Bend your knees, hold on, we're rolling again. Lift your center, lift the tail, go back to the blades. Exhale, come forward. And then when you find your balance, extend. It's a little challenge. Look at you guys, very good. And then bring that in, one more. Round your back more, breathe into your spine, then roll. Exhale, lift and extend. Gorgeous. And then we can put this down and we roll back for the abs. Right, because we keep around. So here we go. It's really about core, it's not just the abs, right? So it's all the muscles around the center of your torso. And you pull the elbows wide and come up into the deep upper curl. Inhale and switch the legs. And exhale, switch again. Just feeling the pressure down with your hands into the shin. And an equal and opposite force of pushing the shin up into your hands. Feel how that really activates not only your hands and your arms, but also your upper abdominals. Do one more side. And then move these in. Give yourself a little push up with the shins, a little pull up with the head and the chest. And now inhale, absolutely lift for the sky. Circle wide and embrace the knees into your body. And you can gradually open the shape as long as you don't pull back with your shoulders and your head. And as long as you don't start arching the spine. You're going to feel that your abs have the strength to control the level position of the pelvis against the weight of your legs held by your psoas muscles, your flexors. And we reach again, switch long, fingers and toes, embrace the pull it on home, and when the time to reach and circle and hold. Okay, so we're going to lay the head down and turn the head side to side. Come center, roll forward and up. And we're going back with the reset into our abdominal curl or scissors, and then we'll move right into the double leg lower leg. So pull the right leg in, pull back, the left leg extends forward as a counterweight. Extend the right leg up and the hands come up to the ankle, you're lifting down your midline, and we pull the leg towards the chest and vice versa. So inhale, switch the legs, and exhale, switch again. We did this earlier on the roller, so the back of the legs should feel reasonably warmed up. Sure you use that connection, hand to leg, to find a deeper curve and then work to maintain it as you go hands free as you reach for the other leg. Then reconnect and reconnect. And here with the left leg up, both legs up, hands behind the skull. Pull the head up, traction at your neck, elbows a little forward and down. Now the toes are soft and they slide across the ceiling, but you're looking at your abs. And then exhale and pull the legs up here. Don't worry about how far they go. Think about how it feels in your core and how it feels in your back. Right, the back stiffen, the muscles in the back stiffen because the abdominal muscles connect around into the fascia there, from your sacrum up to about the shoulder blades and that big diamond shape connective tissue support for your back. So that is definitely going to come into play as you work here. So it's take the legs out, pull the belly deeper, you lift the legs up high with your one last one. So pay attention to your body cues, right? It's going to tell you when you've gone too far, retreat quickly from that point, if you even get that far at all. And then we roll forward and up. Everybody do okay? Great. So just dive your head forward here, just in case you need a little extra stretch for your back after that last exercise. And stack your spine bottom to top. And we're going back for the elbow to knee, twist with the alternating legs. So hands start forward, go back to your upper curl, you can pull the legs in as you go, and then hands support your head. Both knees are in, stretch the left leg forward and twist up and to your right, and then come across the tip of your blades as you twist your left side. You want to feel the oblique abdominals. You're pushing the opposite hip down to the mat. Elbows a little bit forward so you can have more curve forward with your body. It's not just side to side. And we're definitely thinking of a twist and a lift and not a side bend. There's a big difference in those movements in space. And a big difference in how that feels in your body in those obliques. Good, one more time. Try to come up to the bottom of your scapula when you twist, and then come back to center and lower down. Excellent. And we're ready to take a little break after the abs series. Good work. So extend the legs forward, arms up to the ceiling, drop the shoulder blades into the surface of your mat. Bring the arms behind you. We're rolling up for spine stretch. Lift the arms, head, neck, shoulders. Exhale, pull yourself up. Exhale, bring the arms up high over dense position. And you can elevate your hips if you know that your hamstrings and your lower back are really tight today. So turn the palms in. You want to try to keep the torso vertical all the way up to the chest. Look up as if you're looking well and roll that ball across the ceiling and behind you. Try not to lean back with your spine, right? So keeping the 90-degree angle really at the hip. And then the palms are forward, arms by the ears as you pass over the space between your legs. Suck the waist back and lead you in that curve. Dive forward and over. It's a C-shaped spine. Push you on the side. Press down through your heels, through your sits bones, and your gaze moves across the floor to the wall, up the wall to the ceiling. Keep that around. The flexion. Your body's in a wonderful back, right? So it'll be easier if you lean back until it isn't, and you start crunching into your low back. So try to maintain that support through the muscles in your abs and your back line, and then we're coming through center and over again. Then over again. And of course, if it feels like it's too much, you can lower the arms. So maybe even supporting your head. So it's a little away from center so that it works for your body. Press down and lift one more time. It's great to get the flexion and it's great to get the extension of the upper back and through the cervical spine. Back and then lower the arms down. And of course, all bodies are different, right? So if you do have neck issues or restrictions, you wouldn't have gone that far, right? Just to be aware, it feels like it would work for you. Okay, good. All right, so after that exercise, we move into open leg balance and rocker. So we can bring the legs in. I chose the wrong one. The head position is through the legs and on top of the ankles. And as you find your balance on your sacrum, tail curls up, upper curls, sink the waist. And you send the right leg up, stretch it here. And then fold it back in. Use your full exhale, come back, and connect the heels. And then the left leg extends. You have to go a little to the outside of the calf, and then it rolls back sort of towards the top as you bring it back down. Right leg comes up. And exhale, fold, bring it back in. And now for the left. Very good. And exhale back. Now both legs simultaneous. Then reach up. Pull them back. We'll do that again. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Once more, take it up and leave it there. Get ready to roll. Your hands can go more to the outside. Pull your tail up more. Find a deeper curve in your spine. Inhale, roll back to only the shoulder blades. Exhale, come forward. Pull yourself up to your balance point. It requires the right amount of effort, not too much, not too little. Perfect Goldilocks training moment. So we lift the tail roll back. Exhale, forward and up. I'm always grateful after I say something like that when I actually do it correctly. So here we go. Come up. So that one was close. And then fold your legs together. Bend your knees into your chest and lower your feet. And then we'll roll down onto our backs here, grab the area on the way for close through. hands here to lengthen the back line of your body. So we pull the legs in and stack this up with feet, balls of the feet in the arch. Make it sort of wide. And then lift the legs up to the ceiling. We anchor the elbows down. And you can start with flex feet and try to get your tailbone towards the ground. Since both open and spread, the pelvic floor is a wider diamond because you're in flexion at this point. And then heel toe point, and one heel flex the foot and the ankle, look straight to the calf, and then one more. So important to work our feet. They get overworked a lot and they don't really get worked appropriately most of the time. We're going to end with a soft point through the feet. Toes not gripping, but relax in a point. And here, circle the legs over to the right. Pull the left hip down. Exhale, push forward into the band. From the elbows again, pull the right side grounded, which is swing around to the left, and come to the top. Now we're doing this slowly enough that you can feel the opposition as you push down through the opposing hip. And also feel as the legs circling that you get that massage around the outer edge of your sacrum. This big fuse bones here near the base of the spine. Right for right, around and forward, and then up to the top. Lead at the top, and then we go to the left, and circle around to the right. See how your abdominal wall feels with every different position of your legs in space. Now we're going to take the legs way over to the right. So you pick up your left hip, press to the right arm, see how far you can go. It's like a windshield wiper moment here. And then exhale, pull your left hip up, use your oblique abdominals to grab it and pull it, the legs up to the ceiling. You're still moving the hip bone, you're still moving the pelvic girdle to bring the legs over to the right. You can turn your head and look away when you do that. And let's go again. Picking up the right hip to move the legs to the left. And it's okay to pick up your left hip so that you have more of a challenge. Here again, you can have your knees bent if your hamstrings are tight, so that your back isn't arching with the weight of your legs. You're going to maintain the natural curves of your standing position. And then we bring the right hip up and over to the left. See the right upper arm into the back, to the right, and stretching the legs out into the band support. And then we pull the left hip up to bring the legs back to center and pull the knees into your chest. Bend to the side, and we come up, rolling forward and up for soft. Again, sit on something, want a little bit of elevation here. Take some of the tension out of your hips. Another option is to bend your knees slightly. So arms reach out to the side, you'll walk with your fingertips, push down with the upper arms and pull up with the right and the lower. We'll reach to the right and side. It reaches out, the back of the left hand slides along the lower part of the right leg, and the other arm reaches behind you and tries to pull the spine into a rotation. You keep that rotation as you come upright, unwind, spin to your left, head and arms slide forward and out. Your arms stretch away from each other so you can really reach your fingertips and elongate the line through the wrist. Coming upright here. Center, heart rises, and we spiral and dive. Then you use the hand to your leg to pull, the left hand is pulling the right shoulder back as the left side of the body moves further around to the right. And then you can reach back with your right hand. It's up and back behind you. Get a little bit more movement through the shoulder blade on the right side. Pull it towards the spine. And then we come on up. Right, so we're not just touching the body and letting the arm float into space. Use the movements to create more rotation. And while you do that, you're pushing down since we're over to the left, put more weight in the right glute. All the way up and center and the arms lower. You feel like you've got a workout with that exercise. Not just a twist, but really active, reworking your muscles. All right, so here we are, right onto our stomachs for swan. Forward head. All right, and arms extend out on top of the roller. Ears between the arms. Be sure you're aligned, top of your feet pressed into the mat. If it cramps your feet, you need like a yoga mat rolled up under your ankles or some kind of padding so that the foot isn't as fully extended. Anyway, so we're going to pull back with the lats, pull forward with the eyes and the chest, coming up, here, you're going to feel the stretch in the abdominal wall, and then knit the abdominal wall into the mat, up as you start to lower it down, inch by inch into the ground at the end. You look down at the mat, your face is still off the mat because the arms are elevated. The ears can be between your arms. Now, pull the collarbones wide to start moving back and broaden the chest to lift it. When you're in extension like this, the back is narrow and short and the front is broader and longer. And then we're taking the back to more equality of the front and back of our bodies as we slowly come back down to the ground. The neck lengthens forward, the top of the head, the halo into the roller, or at least in that direction. And one more time, just widen, you're engaging tricep to the lap. Pull yourself up. You're going a little higher with every single stretch. And then resist going down. We're going slower than gravity. We're going to just drop you. And really think about laying it down inch by inch. The front of your body sits into the ground. And then we'll sit back in a child's pose and stretch out our backs. Look here. Stretch your spine. And then snap your belly button up. All right, so just looking at the time to see what I would fit in. So I think we're going to do just a few of the side kicks. So let's lay down onto one side. You can prop your head up or extend the arm. You can prop your head up on the arm. If that's what you need, the legs are up forward and you're on your side seat. Now, when you learn this series, when you start with Pilates, the hand is in front of the chest wall. You spread the palm open and you push into the ground to feel the connection tricep to lat to upper abdominals. And as you advance, you can bring both hands behind your head and pull the neck longer. And you're still, in either case, you're pulling the bottom elbow in towards the armpit to engage the muscles underneath you. So the elbow doesn't really move, but you engage the muscles to the lower arm, or the upper arm, sorry, underneath. So whichever hand position you've chosen, we keep the body stable. We pick the top leg up, both feet flat. Inhale, and as the top leg reaches forward, double beat, pulse 1, 2, point the foot and sweep the leg back. Now it's critical here that you're not moving your torso forward, but you're staying sidelined to the mat, and then flex the foot, bring it forward without leaning back with your shoulders or head. You want to use the strength of your core and your awareness of it to keep the body still while you're moving the leg. So the leg goes forward. If you pull back with the sits bone and tailbone, you get more stretch into the hamstring. Point the foot and reach the leg back. Really press the bottom leg you're standing on into the mat for stability. Let's do one more. Roll really good, nice and stable. I don't see anyone swinging their heads from one side of the mat to the other. That's great. You look really calm through your upper body while you do this. Perfect. Come back to center, rotate the leg externally, point to go up, flex and go long and close the space. So point and you draw the leg up, the leg falls into the socket, and then flex and reach it out, go longer with every repetition. Lift, and then flex down. Now we are reversing the foot. So you keep the flex and you go high, you point the foot and you go long. Leg stays in a little external rotation here. You really have to work for that. It's not going to want to do that once you set it. It's going to try to get out of it. So keep reminding it that's the goal. Now, we bend the knee for développé. Roll the knee in towards the armpit, extend the leg up, flex the foot and ankle, and reach heel to touch heel. Point and you slide. Pull the knee up, extend the leg, flex, and press out and down. And again, this is one where it's very common that we try to roll back. So be sure you're still on your side seam. We tap reverse. Go up, point the foot, bend the knee, skate it forward, reach it out long. Flex and lift, point bend, and sweep it forward. Try to imagine both legs getting longer as the top leg pulls down to the heel. And last one, all the way down for a little rond de jambe or big circle. So this is the hardest one to stay on your sideline. Push your bottom leg in, pull that bottom elbow towards you, And then we pick the leg up to height. We bring it forward on the inhale, up, around, back, and through center. Good. You feel the weight shift, but hold the body so it looks like it's not moving. You feel there's internal reorganization happening. As again, you work in opposition to the movement and weight of the leg. We'll do one more here. Short inhale, long exhale, like every other leg circle you've done in Pilates in your life. And then we reverse. You take it back, you use your glute, you open the hip, and you circle around and through the center again. So you pull the head away, whether you have both hands to your head or one hand still on the mat in front of the chest. Let's finish with one more circle here. Just reach out into space and also enjoy the feeling of work at the hip joint. You'll do great. We're going onto our stomachs here for a little glute work. If you overlap the hands here, rest the forehead on the hand. Make sure your body's aligned and the legs can be a little apart. So you press the front of the pelvis into the ground. You pick up the right leg from the glute and then bend the knee. Pick up the knee a little higher, so keeping the right hip bone down. Extend the leg up and out and then lower it down. And now for the left. First, you press the left pelvic half into the floor. Get the thigh off the ground. Bend the knee. You should be able to pick up the knee a little bit higher here. Depends on your psoas leg as well, not just strength in your glute. And then stretch the leg up and away, and then bring it on down. We'll do that again. Doesn't take many of these, right? So you bend the right knee, press the hip bone down, pick the knee up, reach up and out, try to press the right pelvic half into the floor, stretch the leg and lower. And then one more for the left. First we lift the whole leg as a unit from the socket, use the glute, bend the knee, pull the knee up, a little more hip extension, reach up and out, more hip extension if you have it, and then lower, and then child's pose again. Did y'all feel that where you wanted to? Not sure that you wanted to, but just asking. All right. So we're going to come out of that child's pose and then go down to the other side. So again, lying on your side seam. If you need extra padding for one side as opposed to the other, be sure you have the appropriate padding for the beginning. And then the legs are moving forward, making a 30-degree angle away from the straight line of your spine here. You can pressure the top hand into the ground right in front of the chest. Other option, more difficult, hands behind the head and pull the neck along as you pull the shoulders away. Here, pick the top leg up, flex both feet and ankles, and we inhale to bring the leg forward. Double pulse, 1, 2. Point the foot and reach it back, and pulse, 1, 2. Flex to go forward, hold the body steady and stable here, and then point and press it away. Obviously, if you are rocking your torso back and forth, the leg can go further, but it's about control as well as length. Just like every other exercise in Pilates, right? We're trying to see how far we can move the limbs and still find the stability in the center of our body, and that's what makes us both long and strong. We'll do one more. Reach out to the sits bone, increasing the stretch in the hamstring when the leg is forward, and push the leg behind you, use your glute, and help open the hip. So come back to center, and we lower the leg down. We rotate externally, point to bring it up high, flex and lengthen, heel kisses heel. Point. Imagine you have one of those theraband straps of a circle around your foot, and you push up into it, and then you resist it snapping closed. Now we reverse, so it's a flex foot to rise, and a pointed foot to stretch and go long. Flex and lift. Make sure the upper body is active. You're not just like resting here on the mat. The body is still engaged to hold yourself still and steady. Now, bend the knee, développé, slide the foot in, lead the armpit, extend the foot up, flex, and reach out and lengthen the leg. Get the stretch all the way to the armpit, point and glide in. Lift up, flex, and press it out and down. One more. flex and press, then reverse, going up. Point the foot, bend the knee, skate it forward and down, reach long, flex to rise, foot bend, the belly pulls deep as the breath leaves the body, and last one. All the way here, make your neck longer as you extend the leg forward. Rond de jambe, really imprint the bottom leg into the floor. You bring the front leg forward, top leg, up, around, back, and to the center. Body nice and stable here on the ground. Circles reach. Keep reaching out at all points of the compass. Hip sticks back as the leg goes forward. Hip stay forward as the leg goes back. Complete your circle and let's reverse it. Take it back. Open the hip. Rotate the leg. Circle around through the air. Come back to the midline and do that again. The leg rotates on the hip socket as you draw a circle in the air with the foot, just like in single leg circles when you're on your back, but more difficult because you have to work your balance here. All right, and then we can lower the leg. We can lay down onto our back for a second. Let's grab your roller and just take it across under your neck. If you have to run, I understand. I'm just sorry you're missing this. Be sure you do it and flip later. So with the roller tucked under the curve of the neck, feet a little apart, not your knees in. And your hands help support the roller position. Slowly turn it to one side. And sink your neck and the base of your skull into the roller as you go to the other side. As your head turns to the right, your left shoulder sinks into the floor. And of course, then as your head turns to the left, the right shoulder blade is dropping into the ground, sinking into gravity. You can also change the angle of your gaze, the angle of your chin towards your chest or away from it, to see if you can find the right spot to release your neck wherever it might be holding some tension. And if it just all feels fabulous, just enjoy it. But if there's places that are held, do some micro movements there. You can also take the chin up and down to drawing like a sawtooth on a saw with the action of your head here, action of your jaw, cutting through the air. And then whenever you're done, we're done. So thank you for joining class. I hope that you got your workout and then a little bit of release and relaxation as well. All right. So it was just pointed out to me the last class here is going to be next Wednesday. So we're here tomorrow and then 2 days next week. And then you'll, I hope, use the videos on the Swarmfire Recreation and Wellness YouTube channel to see if the Pilates light up to see you. All right, and then we're back in January. I think it's the 23rd, but to be verified, and I'll tell you.